The world's bee population is in crisis, and that puts our entire food supply at risk. Now, there's growing concern that some pesticides being used right in the garden, you might notice there is something missing. It's the sound of bees. The world's bee population is in crisis, and that puts our entire food supply at risk. Now, there's growing concern that some pesticides being used right here in BC are a big part of the problem.
Peter Granger explains.
There's some activity.
Richmond beekeeper Brian Campbell is checking his hives.
This is the honey here, and there's a comb.
Campbell needs to see if his bees are producing enough honey to survive the winter.
More bees, the better.
Like many honey producers across Canada, Campbell has noticed a sharp decline in the number of bees, which pollinate 35% of the food we eat. Like many beekeepers, Campbell believes a relatively new set of insecticides introduced in the 1990s called neonicotinoids is to blame for massive bee kills across Canada and around the world.
We do need to have greater controls and restrictions on the use of these pesticides until we understand, well, what are the short and long-term effects that they're having on bee populations.
BC bees are facing many of the same stressors that bees all over the world are. Climate change, disease, and pests are making things bad. They're made even worse by pesticides. And that's why environmentalists would like to see Health Canada ban the chemicals.
We've got disappearing bees, and we've got these neonicotinoids, which are now the most widespread insecticide on the face of the planet.
Joe Foy runs one of 5 environmental groups asking Health Canada to reverse its recent decision to reapprove neonicotinoids. Health Canada hasn't responded to our questions. Earlier this year, the European Union severely restricted neonicotinoids to protect these pollinators, perhaps considering what Albert Einstein once said: if the bee disappeared off the face of the earth, man would only have 4 years left to live. Peter Granger, CTV News, Richmond.
A complaint by NDP leader Adrian Dix has led to